Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GGB Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LDBC. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right. So like, share, and subscribe. Salute to everybody that's tapped in. If you guys can hear me in the comments, press 1 in the comment section if y'all can hear me. Again, press 1 in that comment section if y'all can hear me. Let me get a mic check. 1 2 1 2, and we're gonna talk about exactly what's going on, man. As Mike Jeffries, the former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, Lord have mercy, who had been accused of some of the most heinous acts known towards some of these young men who were aspiring and being models for this company and aspiring models. Some of the things he made these dudes do, allegedly, he's alleged of making dudes top each other off, sticking high force enemas in these dudes, putting all kind of things in these dudes' beefcakes to enlarging them. All this nasty stuff this dude was alleged doing. You know, sexual assault, the list goes on, of multiple individuals. Him and two other guys have been indicted. But now, in the most craziest twist and turn of situations, all of a sudden, according to reports, Abercrombie and Fitch, the ex-CEO, Mike Jeffries, is now, according to reports, unfit to stand trial due to dementia. Now, prosecutors and the defense team are saying, now, according to this report, it says Mike Jeffries, who led the fashion retailer Abercrombie and Fitch from 1992 to 2014, pled not guilty to federal sex trafficking and interstate prostitution charges in October and was released on a $10 million bond. It says that he has allegedly Alzheimer's disease, Lewy body dementia, and the residual effects of traumatic brain injury, they say. His defense attorneys have now written in a letter filed at the federal court in Central Islip, New York. Now it says the 80-year-old needs around-the-clock care, they added, citing evaluations by medical professionals. Prosecutors and defense lawyers are calling for Jeffries to be placed in the custody of the Federal Bureau of Prisons for up to 4 months. They say he should be admitted to the hospital to have treatment that could allow his criminal case to proceed. The business tycoon who led fashion retailer Abercrombie and Fitch from 1992 to 2014 pleaded not guilty to federal sex trafficking and interstate prostitution charges in October and was released on a $10 million bond. A total of 15 men alleged that they were induced by force, fraud, and coercion to engage in de-fueled sex parties. Prosecutors have accused Mike Jeffries and his partners, Matthew Smith, and the couple's alleged recruiter, right? So him, his boyfriend, This guy's got a boyfriend named Matthew Smith and their alleged recruiter, James Jacobson, of luring men to parties in New York City, the Hamptons, and other locations by dangling the prospects of modeling for Abercrombie and Fitch advertisements. Smith and Jacobson have pleaded not guilty to the charges against them, and it says in their latest letter on Jeffries' health, his defense lawyer said at least four medical professionals had concluded his cognitive issues are progressive and incurable, and that he will not regain his competency and cannot be restored to competency in the future. These issues significantly impair his ability to understand the charges against him, they wrote. The progressive nature of his neurocognitive disorder ensures continued decline over time, further diminishing his already limited functional capacity, said Dr. Alexander Barty, a forensic psychiatrist, and Dr. Cheryl Paradis, a forensic psychologist, following evaluations made in December. So it goes on to say, you guys, it is therefore our professional opinion with a reasonable, this is what they're saying, our professional opinion with a reasonable degree of psychological and psychiatrist certainty that Mr. Jeffries is not competent to proceed in the current case and cannot be restored to competency in the future. It says Jeffries left Abercrombie and Fitch in 2014 after leading the company for more than 2 decades, taking the retailer from a hunting and outdoor goods store founded in 1892 to a fixture of early 2000s fashion. His lawyers did not immediately respond to requests by the Associated Press news agency for comment. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York declined to comment on this as well. And let me tell y'all something, man. Because this, first of all, he needs to stand trial. I don't give a damn what's going on with him. I don't give a damn what's going on with him. He needs to stand trial. Period. He needs to stand trial, man. He needs to stand trial, bro. Bro, let me tell y'all something. The things that the dude said he did. First of all, let's get to this. They said this nasty man allegedly, right? Had a sex ring going on, a sex trafficking ring going on, right? With his boyfriend and an alleged middleman, James Jacobson, the other guy I told y'all about, right? Now, the Fed said that this dude all three of them used fraud, coercion, and force to engage in violent and exploitive sexual acts, right? Now, the FBI had opened an investigation against them a while back after the BBC publication revealed claims that him and his partners sexually exploited and abused men at events they hosted in their New York residence hotels and around the world. Now, the BBC investigation found that there was a sophisticated operation involving a middleman and a network of recruiters tasked with finding men for these events, right? So basically, it goes on to say that they were basically charged, you know what I'm saying? They allege that he used his wealth, power, and status as CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and for the pleasure of his partner, Mr. Smith, outlining the prosecutor's accusations, you know what I'm saying? The Eastern District of New York, U.S. Attorney Breon Peace, alleged that they basically employed this other guy, this middleman, Mr. Jacobson, as their recruiter, who would conduct tryouts with men from across the globe by engaging them in sex acts in exchange for money. Now it says once Mr. Jeffries, right here on your screen, approved of the men, they will be flown to his New York home where they were pressured to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants, Mr. Peace claimed. Prosecutors further alleged that Mr. Jeffries and Mr. Smith directed others to personally inject the men directly in their beefcakes, right there in the beefcakes, with an with a beefcake bulging substance. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's some nasty stuff, man. When they were incapable or unwilling to participate. So they're saying that these dudes did not want to participate, whatever. Hey man, they didn't care. They was gonna force that needle right up they and make sure them dudes was getting off. These people these are some goddamn devils out here, bro. And it says, and they talking about he got dementia, don't want to go. Nah, he need to take his ass right there in court, and we gonna make sure he do it too. It says the ex-CEO spent millions of dollars on massive infrastructure to support this operation and maintain its secrecy, prosecutors said, which included international travel, hotel stays, paid staff, and security for the events. The prosecutor said there were 15 victims mentioned in the indictment, but the alleged operation encompassed dozens and dozens of men. Some people even speculate it's in the hundreds, y'all. This shit is crazy. So then it says, it goes on, and I told you guys, man, this is some nasty stuff, man. Some nasty, nasty stuff, man. They basically was saying that they was like I told y'all, giving these dudes enemas and you know, you know, high powered enemas, where they were sticking these things up these dudes, to clean them completely out, so they wouldn't have any accidents during their sessions. This is just nasty, man. This is absolutely disgusting, bro. And they talking about this dude can't. He's too incompetent to face trial. Nah, his ass need to face trial. I don't give a damn if he's in a wheelchair. Nah, he need to face trial, bro. Period. There ain't no excuses about this. And then it goes on and says, and check this out, y'all. It says, uh, in its initial investigation, the BBC publication spoke to 12 men who described attending or organizing events involving sex acts run for Mr. Jeffries on your screen, who's now 80 years old, and his British partner, Mr. Smith, who's 61 years old, between 2009 and 2015. The 8 men who attended the event said they were recruited by a middleman who told the BBC publication identified as James Jacobson. That's the middleman that they said they hired to go get it done. So then it says, then more men came forward after that. Some allege assistants had injected them in their beefcakes with what they were told was liquid Viagra. Mr. Jacobson previously told the BBC publication in a statement through his lawyers that he took offense to the suggestion of coercive, deceptive, or forceful behavior on his part and had no knowledge of any such conduct by others. The BBC publication also interviewed dozens of other sources, including the former household staff. Some of the men the BBC said they were misled about the nature of the events or not told that sex was involved. Others said they understood the events would be sexual, but not exactly what was expected of them. All of them were paid. Several told the BBC that the middleman or other recruiters raised the possibility of modeling opportunities with Abercrombie and Fitch. David Bradbury, then 23 years old, aspiring model, said that it was made clear to him that without giving Mr. Jacobson head, he would not be meeting Abercrombie and Fitch CEO, Mr. Jeffries. So they told one kid named David Bradbury, who was 23 years old, if you don't give Mr. Jacobson head, you're not going to meet Mike Jeffries on your screen. So you go ahead and cancel that. It says it was like he was selling fame and the price was compliance. Yeah, that good old goddamn casting couch type of nasty shit these dudes be putting these people through. Y'all sitting out here, and like I said before, these people going through this shit, everybody saying right here, be quiet, like it's just, you know what I'm saying? That shit nasty, man. It's crazy as hell. It says it was like he was selling fame and the price was compliance. Mr. Bradbury later said he later attended a party at Mr. Jeffries' mansion in the Hamptons in Long Island where he met Mr. Jeffries and had sex with him. Yeah, that's right. He bumped him in the you know what. He said the secluded location and presence of Mr. Jeffries' personal staff, dressed in Abercrombie and Fitch uniforms. Surprising events meant he didn't feel safe to say no, or I don't feel comfortable with this. He said that look, this dude had it sounded like the same playbook, y'all. Same shit they say with y'all boy Diddy. It sounded like this the same playbook. They said this dude had basically he had muscle around him at these events, and these people felt threatened, like, yo, if I don't do this shit, man, they, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, this ain't a good look for me. Well, God, if it was me, I'm sorry, man. I got to go. Take me up top, Lord. Cause it ain't finna be like that. I ain't finna come around, y'all. This ain't finna happen like this. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, my thought is at least I'm gonna get me one on my way out. One of y'all coming with me. Point blank, period. We going up top. Straight like that. To see the man upstairs. I ain't going alone. Period. That's a fact. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here, man. For you telling me I gotta do any of this to model for your imagine you being a young man trying to go model for a company and this dude come here and tell you got to give him head. Come on, bro. Them right there, them ain't even them worse than fighting words right there, bro. I gotta do what? Oh, ain't no question now. Now, hey, bro, straight up, bro. I, full self defense mode now. Full self defense mode now. Because what you're doing is, like I said before, no. And to the dude who said Diddy tactics, not these dudes is older than Diddy, so it's their tactics. This dude 80 some years old. He's 30 some years, almost 30 years old, older than Diddy. 25 years. So that's Mike Jeffries and them tactics, and them people that's coming before him doing this nasty stuff. And I believe it. I'm not even gonna front with y'all. I believe it. Ain't no goddamn 15, 20 dudes coming out, and then more dudes is coming out making all these allegations they lying. I believe it. Look at this guy. I truly believe it. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I have a right to believe it. I believe he did this stuff, man. You think these dudes gonna make all this stuff up? So it goes on to say, basically, it says after, right? Uh, the BBC's initial investigation was published last year, Abercrombie and Fitch announced it was going to open an independent investigation into the allegations that was raised. So when they asked when this report will be completed and the findings were made public, the company declined to answer. So why did the company decline to answer? That shit should be made public. So it says like, and y'all smash the like button, bro. We should have over 1,000 likes. See, y'all don't like to hear this stuff. This type of nasty, sick weirdo, and they talking about he unfit now to face trial because he got dementia. Now you gonna get your ass up there on that guy that gonna stand. I don't give a damn what is going on. You're going to go to court and go through this process. Yeah, you're innocent until proven guilty, but you're gonna take your ass up there to court. I don't want to hear no excuses, bro. No cop outs, man. The allegation are too, and then there's too many people, and then the feds got you. So, like I said before, we're not playing no games, right? So, again, this is just, bro. This is a sad situation uh, that you're talking about. These young fellas, you know, had to really allegedly go through. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. You know. Now, I want um, I want you guys to listen to this because this is some of the things that were being said right here, right? Uh, and again, um, hold on. I want y'all to listen to this. Let me see if this is it right here. Disgusting, man. Absolutely disgusting, man. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I got this right. I want to make sure I got this thing right here. Is this right? Hold on. Let me see. I want to make sure I got this right for y'all. Hold on. I want to make sure I got this right for y'all. Hold on. Y'all got to hear this.
Different point of view. Why do you think it was inaccurate? Because I do have first-hand knowledge. The way that the people describe what happened is just false in every respect.
This is a man I've been trying to speak with for nearly 2 years. At one point, back in the spring of 2023, he agreed to meet. The producer Ruth and I headed to Miami. It's about 9 in the morning. I've got half an hour to go. It was like the longest half hour ever. Everything was fixed. I'm actually starting to feel a bit nervous. You haven't even texted me this morning. We'd arranged to talk in downtown, near his office. A sky-high building on the waterfront, overlooking the Miami River. I don't know. I hope he hasn't got cold feet. I think he will. I think he should. We're only here for 48 hours. I hope he hasn't changed his mind. I waited and waited, leaving him messages and voicemails, but he never showed. He didn't turn up. Why didn't you turn up at the time?
Well, I wasn't quite sure if this would be, something that could affect me in a personal way. I mean, how? In what way? I haven't done a crime. I haven't done anything bad.
More than a decade ago, he knew the Abercrombie guys, Mike Jeffries, then CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, and his British partner, Matthew Smith.
I always thought that a day like this would come. I didn't know when it would come. I always had that fear. One day, someone's going to try to take advantage of them. This is the way life is. This is the way people are. And I think that they also kind of do.
Since I first contacted this man, the stakes have been getting higher. Immediately after I published my investigation in October last year, another one opened.
The FBI has launched an investigation after the BBC revealed allegations that the former chief executive of the fashion chain Abercrombie and Fitch sexually exploited men at events he hosted around the world. Mike Jeffries and his British partner also faced a civil lawsuit, which alleges they ran a sex trafficking operation. Jeffries hasn't commented.
The FBI began investigating after we released our podcast and TV documentary. Mike Jeffries and Matthew Smith have still never spoken publicly, but their lawyers have issued statements saying they vehemently deny all the allegations. Now the FBI is involved, the atmosphere feels different. I'd known for a while that they were on the case. For months I've been hearing that special agents have been knocking on doors and interviewing potential witnesses. Some feel relieved this is being investigated. A few are rattled, nervous about being dragged into it all. And one, seems to be taking it in his stride. I mean, how did you feel when the FBI knocked on your door?
How did I feel? I felt like it was normal. This is the type of investigation the FBI does. And I'm an attorney, so I'm not scared of the FBI, and I'm also not scared of a court. So please come in.
I don't know how normal it is for the FBI to turn up at your door. I imagine agents tracked him down the same way I had more than a year ago. I found his name listed on an event itinerary sent by Jim Jacobson, the middleman for the Abercrombie guys. And the striking thing is, having once stood me up, he now wants to do an interview. He tells me he's even prepared to take the stand, if necessary, to defend Mike Jeffries.
I know you really tried hard. I commend you for your persistence, but out of fairness, out of justice, the BBC really must have both sides of the story. Now, which one's true? The audience will have to decide, and justice will have to decide.
From the BBC, this is World of Secrets. I'm Rhianna Croxford, with new episodes of Season 1, The Abercrombie Guys, a BBC Radio 5 Live and BBC Panorama investigation.
Now, so they found some weirdo who basically saying he wanted to defend these guys and this didn't go down like this. Cap, and more cap. We don't believe you. Your ass need more people. This is all BS. Once you have that amount of accusers come out against you who are all specifying the same thing, I'm sorry, bro. I lean towards, and I'm going to say this again, I lean towards those accusers versus the person, because once you got that many accusers, bro, ain't that many people coming out accusing you of something you ain't do like that. Not that many. 15 people that they got an investigation. Nah, sorry, dog. If it's like 1, 2, something like that, maybe, I say, okay, maybe they capping. 15, all of them lying, no dice. Not happening.
Reed, Megan Farrell, and Philip Pilmar. We're here today to announce the arrest and charging of 3 defendants. Former CEO of Abercrombie & Fitch, Michael Jeffries, Matthew Smith, and James Jacobson, on charges of sex trafficking and engaging in interstate prostitution. Powerful individuals for too long have trafficked and abused for their own sexual pleasure young people with few resources in a dream of securing a successful career in fashion or entertainment. To anyone who thinks they can exploit and coerce others by using the so-called casting couch system, this case should serve as a warning. Prepare to trade that couch for a bed in federal prison. The message from today's prosecution is clear. Sexually exploiting vulnerable human beings is a crime. And doing so by dangling dreams of a future in fashion or modeling or any other business is no different. My office and our law enforcement partners will always prioritize standing up for victims, no matter their gender and no matter how powerful the wrongdoers think they are. We will hold them to account. As we allege in the indictment, between 1992 and 2014, Michael Jeffries was the chief executive officer of Abercrombie & Fitch. Abercrombie was a widely known clothing retailer with stores around the world. Aspiring fashion models knew that a place on...
Now, I want y'all to listen to what he said now. Listen to what he said.
One of Abercrombie's iconic ads could be the ticket to success in the modeling industry. But while Jeffries was the CEO of one of the most recognizable clothing retailers in the world, he was using his power, his wealth, and his influence to traffic men for his own sexual pleasure and that of his romantic partner, Matthew Smith. The charging documents describe in graphic and disturbing detail the violent and exploitive acts these defendants perpetrated, for which they will now face justice in a court here in the Eastern District of New York. So here's what's alleged in the indictment. Jeffries and Smith employed James Jacobson to act as a recruiter to find men. Jacobson engaged in, quote, tryouts with men across the world where he would typically pay them to engage in sex acts with him. Following the tryouts with Jacobson, Smith would often then personally approve whether the men who were selected would meet Jeffries and Smith.
Remember, that's when I told y'all that they were saying that. So think about this nasty shit. They talking about these dudes had tryouts. And they saying that the tryouts, they said that you had to go through the middleman first just to get to this nasty dude on the screen. So they said in the tryouts, they was making these boys or these dudes give head to this other dude. This is the type of lewd acts that they was doing to all these young fellas. Make them give head to this dude, has all this other stuff before you could even meet this guy. Then when you met this guy, you know, the ante was up to the most unbelievable nasty level. This shit is sickening right here, bro.
The defendants would fly the selected men to Jeffries and Smith's homes in the Hamptons, in New York City, or to hotels around the world in such places as England, France, Italy, Morocco, and St. Bart's for the purpose of attending events to engage in commercial sex. But beyond simply hiring men for sex, Jeffries, Smith, and Jacobson used force, fraud, and coercion to traffic those men for their own sexual gratification. For example, as alleged, The defendants employed a referral system and an interview process that did not inform the men of the details of the sex events before they attended, including the full extent and nature of the sexual activity that would be required of the men at these events.
Now, that's the thing you're going to have to ask yourselves. And it's the thing I want everybody to think about. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody tapped in. Here's the thing I'm going to ask everybody in the comments. Some people are going to say, oh, well, they wanted to do it. They went there. Let me ask y'all a question. If you go to this event, they see all those security guards around. Some of them dudes ain't built like us. They ain't built like me. So a lot of these dudes ain't 6'9", 240, 250 pounds, and gonna knock somebody out if you play around. Some of these dudes is 5'4", 5'5", a $160, $140, $150, $170 models. Just look the part for some whatchamacallits. They going here allegedly to these parties. You got these big 6'5", 6'6", strong ass muscle security guards that's intimidated. They thinking, damn, if I'm stuck. Well, listen, I'll tell you right now. See, some dudes ain't got the, so some people, they're afraid to check out for whatever they believe in. So here's the question. Do you guys think that, because they said they took them to international events too. So what happens if you go to an international event, you thinking it's for your company, and then all of a sudden you get in the room and it's like, damn, I'm surrounded. All these big dudes around me and stuff like that. They try to tell you, man, listen, bro. Listen, man. That's the question. That's the question. That's the question. That's what it is. That's what it is. Right? That's what it is. I'm just trying to tell y'all what's up. Let's get back to it.
They caused the men to believe that attending these sex events could yield modeling opportunities with Abercrombie or otherwise benefit their careers. Smith and Jeffries employed a secret staff.
Yeah, and I forgot to say that. A lot of people say, oh, well, why didn't they just walk away? This is why I kept telling y'all. A part of this goes into sell your soul. So let's say that that was your career. Let's say that you studied to be a model or you went to modeling school. This was what your career, your passion was. And let's say that if you go into this field, if you don't do this, you'll get blackballed. So now you won't be able to do what your dream is. And let's just be honest. A lot of people out here working jobs they don't even like to work at. A lot of y'all working jobs that's not your passion. So you're not happy. You're going to work every day because you got to, but you ain't happy. So these people, they went to school for this type of stuff, or they had aspirations to be models, and they got to deal with this type of shit. So some of them folded. A lot of them folded under the pressure, thinking that, hey, man, everybody else doing it. This is what I got to do. No, you don't. So that's where, see, this is where people, and these cases, they come with well, was it really fraud or coercion? Well, first of all, the fraud comes in. If you tell somebody, we're going over here to have a business meeting for the company, they get over there, and next thing you know, you injecting stuff in they beefcakes and trying to make them give dudes top. Or you want them to have sexual activity. That's fraud right there. And then the coercion comes along with, you know what I'm saying? If you're putting stuff in their drinks and stuff like that, and basically putting them in a point where they're inebriated and they're unable to make clear, rational decisions, which a lot of people thought it was, right? I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is. Like I said, these dudes right here is nasty, man. There ain't no way in hell that this dude should have to face trial, period. He was competent enough to say he wasn't guilty. How the hell he ain't competent enough now to face trial? No, he can get his ass up there and they got there gonna stand.
Operate these sex events. The staff ensured that the men signed non-disclosure agreements.
See, that's the part right there. Then they make you sign NDAs. So you can't say nothing. And these people hide behind the NDAs and they think, oh man, I signed an NDA. If I say something, no, the NDA don't work if there's criminal activities that happen. The NDA don't matter. That shit out the window. Criminal activities happen, NDA's out the window. So that's the part of where they talking about the cover up and stuff like that because they make you do that type of stuff. You know. Now some companies they make you sign an NDA. It won't have be nothing about sexual activity, but it's just to keep the company business private. That's one thing. But if you sign an NDA and they out here trying to make you do sexual acts and stuff like that, like what I'm saying, like come on, man. Come on, bro. What type of time is we on, man? And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. That's why uh old boy uh uh Terrence Howard said what he said. He gonna expose Hollywood. Cause this is the type of shit that be going on. The casting couch type of stuff. Y'all seen it. You seen it with Harvey Weinstein and all these people. You sat up there and saw when big strong ass got daggone what's his name? Terry Crews sat up there talking about the man grabbed his junk and said, I own you. Come on, bruh. He lost his manhood that day. He ain't do nothing. Dude did that to you, you ain't do nothing. You that big and strong, bro, I can't respect it. I'm sorry, bruh. Then he said, well, I was a friend, I don't care. You got to go out on your shield. Some situations, bro, you got to go out on your shield on, man. That's one of them. That's one of them. And then when everybody asks why you crashed out, because that nigga grabbed my shit. That's if you still alive. But hey, at least the man know you wasn't standing for that, bro. I'm being honest, man. I'm being honest, man. Real talk, dog. So it just lets you know that that type of stuff is going on. Right? It's crazy, bro. You allegedly making these dudes go through this stuff, man. That's crazy, bro. Think about this. Think about all them dudes that was involved in this stuff. The ones they ain't even got them being charged with. I didn't even tell y'all all the other stuff they made him do with the toys and all the other stuff. That's crazy, bro. They out here sticking got daggone 12 to 15-inch deal. Man, I don't even want to say it, man. That's just, let's keep going, man.
And handed over their personal items, such as their phones, before the start of the events to maintain the secrecy of these events. The defendants caused the men to believe that not complying with requests for certain acts, sex acts, during the events could harm their careers. The defendants pressured the men to consume alcohol, Viagra, and muscle relaxants known as poppers during the sex events. And they required the presence of staff during the sexual activity and ensured that the men did not leave the sex events until Jeffries and Smith decided that the sessions were over. Also,
that's diabolical, man. That's diabolical, man. That's diabolical, bro. God, dog. Ain't talking about this dude. He unfit to face trial. No. To me, he's unfit to be in society. Let's just keep that shit 100. He should have been the mofo who didn't get bail either. I don't give a damn how old he is.
as alleged, on more than one occasion, Jeffries and Smith either directed others to inject or personally injected men with an erection-inducing substance for the purpose of causing the men to engage in sex acts.
That's nasty, bro. Do y'all know what he just said they was doing to these dudes, bro? Allegedly, sticking things directly in the hole of their beefcake to enlarging and make these dudes have to be ready for whatever for long hours and periods of time. That's just disgusting. And then, like I said, Dan and the reporter said they was giving them high-powered enemas, which was cleaning all their guts out to prevent accidents from happening while these dudes is getting their back blown out. Disgusting, bro. Disgusting, man. Disgusting, man. Disgusting, man. Disgusting, bro. All these dudes in the same boat. This whole same playbook, man. Same playbook, man. But this dude, like I said before, he getting to slide under the radar because he ain't high profile. He ain't all in the videos. But that don't mean he don't need to be getting cooked. And they talking about they talking about that they're trying to. He's unfit to face trial. Nah, hell no, man. Nah, and this is the thing. It's that it's set. The way they trying to say it, in my opinion, sets it up like it's gonna be a situation of where he. How should I say this? It's like it's setting up to where he's gonna end up getting a light sentence or a light punishment. Nah, nigga, he got to go for the rest of the meal. However long until he check out, he need to be gone. Period. He 80 years old. I don't give a damn if he make it the next 6, 7 years. He need to be in prison. Period. I'm just being real with y'all. And if he got 15 more, hey, shit, he got to sit down 15 more. 20 more, 20 more. I'm just being real with y'all, man. They trying to let bro, this shit crazy, bro.
The men were incapable of engaging in or unwilling to engage in.
So again, he said that the men were unwilling. Think about this, y'all. So that means you holding people against their force allegedly. Because he said unwilling. So if you think about this, if you went to one of these events, he got all these big ass security guards around allegedly. You're unwilling to do this act. They said that they would force these dudes and put things in their, inject things directly into their. So that means somebody had to been holding you. That means you probably had your clothes taken off, taken down, held down. Somebody had to squeeze your junk while another person put this stuff inside. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. And these type of dudes, bro, they talking about, again, like I said before. Like I said before. So, and again, don't talk about, I don't want to hear nobody say, hey, this is the Diddy tactics. Not. He older than Diddy. This is the Mike Jeffries tactics. Diddy and them use their tactics. He 81 years old. So this is the Mike Jeffrey tactics, allegedly. Innocent until proven guilty, but I think he's guilty. Just look at this guy, man. Like I said before, bro, it don't take too much, man. Don't take too much, man. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you don't fight against this type of demonic behavior and activity, bro, I'm telling y'all, man, this shit is gonna take over the world, man. It really is, bro. It really is, man. If they don't fight against this demonic activity and take down these monsters, these dudes that's out here taking advantage of these young, I'm sorry, bro. He got to go. He got to go. Y'all heard about all the things Harvey Weinstein was doing. Harvey Weinstein got found guilty in the court of law. Harvey Weinstein was out there damn near running Hollywood. Look at all the stuff they said Harvey Weinstein was doing in his case. So, like I said before, this is why we say sell your soul, go along, get along. All these things you got to do to get into these mixes, bro. I'm telling y'all, bro. That's why Terrence Howard was like, yo, I can't get no roles like that. The ones that I really want to get, because they make you. Cat Williams said the same thing. Then what happens once these dudes come out and speak about it? Then people come out and try and demonize them and make it seem like they hating and they doing something. Man, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Very few people are willing to stand up. Very few people are leaders. It's a lot of followers out here. A lot of people are scared to stand up and be men and stand on business and speak out against this stuff, man. You know? And that's the problem. If Mike Jeffries wanted to do whatever he wanted to do, you go do that with your boyfriend. Don't come out here and allegedly force these other guys to have to do this to be down with your company. Don't do that. That's cap, nigga. That's cap. And like I said, you got to have some types of morals and some types of ethics when you looking at this type of stuff. Some shit you got to be, you have to have, somebody got to have a limit with this shit, man. Like, bro, come on, man. Nah, man, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking way, bro. I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of people, they live in fear. They don't live in power. They live in fear. What do I mean? They're afraid. They're looking for somebody to follow. They're looking for somebody to be a part of. So they're willing, they submit themselves to the foolishness to feel safe. Some people are willing to do anything for fame. And I told you guys, that's like what you call selling your soul. When you're willing to do things that go against your moral compass in order to achieve. A lot of people in this comment section will do it. If somebody came over and said, I give you $5 million right now if you do this lewd act that goes against everything you believe in. Some people would do it right now. They say, I don't care, I'll do it. They will sell their soul right now that's in this comment section and won't care. Because they have no ethics, no morals, no none of that shit, bro. They just want to have the money, have all these other things, and be at this level. That's it. They'll rather do it that way than go out here and bust their ass on a day-to-day basis doing it the hard way. And that's just the facts. That's just the facts. And that's the problem. And that's what you probably seen with a lot of these young fellas that was messing around with these, that Abercrombie and Fish stuff. These cats, they probably was like, yo, they wanted to really be models and stuff like that. They grow up like looking up to that type of stuff, being those models. So they probably thinking, hey, man, all these other guys doing it, what's wrong with me doing it? But they fall into that stupid mentality, man. You know? I'm telling y'all, bro. They fall into this mentality, and then everybody thinks they normalize it. See, that's the thing right there. That's the word I'm looking for. People normalize this type of stuff. That's the problem I got right there. We ain't normalizing nothing. You see these people beating up on these women, I don't normalize that shit. That shit ain't normal to me. I don't want it to be normal to see grown men beating up on women. I don't want that shit to be normal to me. I don't want it to be normal to see dudes sexually harassing people and assaulting people and all this other stuff and abusing people and R-wording people. I never want to live in a world where that shit is made normal. That should be frowned upon, man. Everybody should be like, oh, hell no. That should make everybody angry. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, and I'm going to leave it at this. You know the only reason, the only time people going to get angry? When it's their kids. They're going through it. Or themselves. That's the only time they really going to have anger. And then guess what? When the whole world ain't standing behind you and ain't angry with you, it's going to go back to all those times you had a chance to stand behind everybody else that was going through it and you chose not to. You're going to see. You're going to see. That time you didn't care and you left that goddamn monster running around here on the streets to continue to pull off their shit. And when it comes and touches you, because you never think he can touch you until it touches you. Think about that. Think about what I said. Think about what I said. You understand? What are you talking about, Ticket? Let me give you an example. You live in a neighborhood. Somebody robs your neighbors. You don't care because it's not your house. But they robbed your neighbors. So you don't have that feeling of pain, violation, all that other stuff. Because it didn't happen to you. It happened to your neighbors. Who cares? But, when it happens to you, now it's a problem. Now you out here hooting and hollering and crying and want the whole world to take notice and help you. Think about that. Think about that. Sometimes you have to be a voice for the voiceless. So when you see guys like Mike Jeffries running around here with his screwed up face, scrunched up and stuff like this, and you hear all these young fellas come out with all these allegations against this dude, like I said before, man, all of them ain't lying. I don't give a damn what nobody say. You don't come out with specifics, this, that, and the third, and then the feds say they got evidence on you too. Yeah, it's how you out of here, bro. Just go on, go to court, take your lick, get your punishment, dog. It is what it is. Guys, let me know what y'all think, though, man. Like I said before, man, I hope they get all these bums. Epstein, Weinstein, Mike Jeffries, Diddy, every last one of them. They got R. Kelly up out of here, every last one of them. Get all these dudes up out of here, man. Weirdos. Like, share, subscribe, man. Y'all definitely let me know what y'all feel, man. Salute everybody tapping on in, man. You know what I mean? Again, bro, I'm sorry, man. Because, see, the next time what's going to happen is it's going to be your people that's getting violated that you ain't even ever think it was going to happen to you. But one day it's going to be your day. And you're going to wish it's a nigga like me that got enough spirit, that got enough heart, that got enough soul to come and use my network and my platform to speak out against these punks. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Y'all already know what it is. Love and blessings, man. I'm out of here.
All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym. Work out, exercise, and do what you got to do. Stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.